Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
A man pleads guilty this morning to the brutal rape and murder of a UNLV student. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7 tonight. I'm Lena Bleetz. Still ahead on 7 at 7, CCSD trustees are trying to get one of their colleagues to give up her seat. We explain why coming up. And the UNLV president responds to calls for his school to divest from Israel. We'll tell you what he's saying. Plus, with an excessive heat warning going into effect tomorrow, we'll tell you how to beat the heat and where to go for some much-needed relief. And Allegiant Airlines wants to help football fans travel to their namesake stadium, but Raider Nation might not be too happy about it. We begin tonight with health. Reminder to take extra precautions tomorrow. An excessive heat warning goes into effect from 10 a.m. Wednesday to 9 p.m. Friday. Some local cooling centers are opening their doors to the public to help beat the heat. Some libraries, recreation centers, community centers, and other buildings will serve as cooling centers, and some of these locations will allow you to bring your pets. You can find a list of cooling centers throughout the Las Vegas Valley at clarkcountynv.gov and search where to stay cool. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. Tonight, it's the calm before the heat. Looking at lows in the low 80s all week, starting with the overnight tonight, but we could reach 110 degrees as early as tomorrow and could break the record for earliest in the year Las Vegas has reached 110 degrees in weather history. Looking at temps between 109 and 111 the next 3 days, then you can look forward to a dip down into the mid-100s if you can consider that a break, with some cloud coverage over the weekend. Now to top stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand's Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. A man pleaded guilty to raping and killing a UNLV student. Our 7 at 7 a.m. news anchor Cynthia Puga has more on this case.
As for charges, how did you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
26-year-old Giovanni Ruiz pleaded guilty to first-degree murder with a deadly weapon and sexual assault with a deadly weapon. He was arrested in 2019 after being accused of killing and raping his then 19-year-old ex-girlfriend, fellow UNLV student Paula Davis. Police said Davis had sent Ruiz a final breakup text message the day she was found dead. Under a plea deal, Ruiz agreed to a sentence of life in prison with the possibility of parole after 42 years. His sentencing is scheduled for July 25th. For the Las Vegas Review-Journal, I'm Cynthia Puga.
Several school board members want Katie Williams to give up her seat. They say she no longer lives in her district as required by law. 5 trustees asked District Attorney Steve Wolfson to request that Williams relinquish her seat. On Monday, the DA said the matter is under investigation. The trustees say Williams is regularly absent from board meetings, but Williams says she's a single mother traveling for work. UNLV President Keith Whitfield says the school has no plans to divest from its investments in Israel. Whitfield said in a statement that he has met with several groups regarding the ongoing conflict in Israel and Gaza to hear concerns. He also criticized a May 11th commencement speech that echoed pro-Palestinian protests happening at other colleges across the country. Whitfield says he will be reviewing the process for selecting student speakers and other university policies.
Now for your sports update, sponsored by PT's Taverns, your place to watch all the sports action. Tickets for the Las Vegas Aces continue to be a hot commodity. It seems like everybody wants a chance to catch the back-to-back champions live and in person. 19 of their 20 home games are now sold out. This includes the first 4 games of the year, plus 14 of the next 15 games at both the Michelob Ultra Arena and T-Mobile Arena. The only game left with tickets is their September 3rd matchup against the Chicago Sky at T-Mobile Arena.
In business news, a judge rejected a Las Vegas homeowner's appeal of a $180,000 fine for allegedly renting his home through Airbnb without a license. Homeowner Sin Tao appealed the fine to the city council, which voted to uphold the fine in January and placed a lien on Tao's home, according to the city's filing. Tao then had 25 days to file a motion for judicial review, but a judge dismissed the appeal because Tao took 29 days to file his motion.
Sports betting brought to you by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. A former executive at the Sands is moving on up in the world. JT Foley has landed the role of executive director for the Coalition of Fantasy Sports, an organization working to expand the fantasy sports market across the country. Now, the coalition works to protect fantasy sports players, fuel innovation, encourage the growth of the market, and ensure responsible play. It also includes 4 smaller fantasy sports companies underneath its umbrella: Underdog Fantasy, Better, Prize Picks, and Dabble.
Vegas Nation, brought to you by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app today. Raiders quarterback Aidan O'Connell spoke on how he's looking ahead to 2024 with the Raiders starting quarterback still unknown.
There's a system in place, and they believe in what they do, and that's what we're all buying into what's being taught and trying to execute at a high level. So I think it's a balance of, like you said, being myself and finding how I'll fit in this offense, but also understanding the system is in place to, obviously make yards, get first down, score touchdowns.
In lifestyle news, a Las Vegas business receives a Yelp nod for best donut shop in the state, but it's not one of the usual suspects. Yelp's choice for top donut shop is Yo Mochi Cafe on Southeastern Avenue, which serves a mochi-style donut made with rice that gives its donuts a distinctive texture. The shop also makes stuffed versions, including custard and chocolate options, and even offers mochi waffles on a stick. Now for entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's with live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. Stars are coming to town for this year's iHeartRadio Music Festival. RJ Entertainment reporter John Katslamidas gives us the details.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival is returning to T-Mobile Arena on September 21st and 22nd. The music event is famous for its variety, and this year's show is certainly no exception. Superstars scheduled to appear include Doja Cat, New Kids on the Block, The Black Crowes, Gwen Stefani, Big Sean, Keith Urban, Paramore, Thomas Rhett, and Victoria Monet. The event is celebrating its 13th year in Las Vegas and will stream live on Hulu. Stefani and Urban are former residency headliners on the Strip. Urban is coming back to Blue Live Theater at Fountain Blue from October 4th through October 12th, and again February 14th through February 22nd.
Thanks for watching 7 at 7 tonight, and if you're looking for somewhere cool, temperature, and entertainment-wise to take your kids this summer, tune in tomorrow morning for a sneak peek at a new immersive experience opening on the Strip later this month. Watch 7 at 7 twice a day, Monday through Friday, and search Review Journal to follow us on your favorite streaming platform. See you tomorrow morning for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.